Hi everyone, today is Friday, January 13th, and it's a full moon tonight, so if you aren't prepared for that, you might want to. We are preparing by, let's see, two of our kids are going to be at one set of grandparents, another one's going to be at the other, so we're down to 1 out of 4 kids for the night. So we're preparing the long weekend by getting some R&R. And when you've got 4 kids, when you only have one around the house, that's like a cakewalk. So we're going to enjoy a couple of nights here with a little bit less traffic in the house. So I hope you've got some good plans for the weekend ahead of you. Might be that you're thinking about working ahead. That's okay. So I'm going to cover some things here that would normally have been in this week's Monday update. But this week I was trying to get the course finalized and didn't post a Monday update. And I'm also going to talk about next week's Monday update. Since Monday is a holiday, I'm going to go ahead and cover that now. So I'm kind of finalizing week 1 and introducing week 2. So here we are in the table of contents, as you see over here on the left. And right now everything's up here. We're not going to look through that right now, but we're going to go to the syllabus and look at the calendar. So when you pull up the calendar here on the syllabus, it's down around page 4. You see that Chapter 1 quiz is due on the 16th, and I'm actually going to adjust that so it's not due until the 17th. So you'll have an entire extra day to work on that. But you may not want to put it off, because the following Monday, you've got things due on the 23rd. So the reason why historically we have all posted things to be due on Monday at midnight is because people a lot of times work over an entire weekend, and then they want that last Monday to kind of review and to think about the things that they worked on over the weekend. So it's really the first full day after the time when most people do their work in the program. So you've got an entire week, you've got an entire weekend, and then you've even got that last Monday to review what you're doing before you submit it. So that's our reason for having things due on a Monday, if that seems a little bit weird to you. So next Monday, the 16th, is the holiday, so Chapter 1 quiz is going to be due on the 17th. Then Chapters 2 and 4 quizzes are going to be due on the 23rd. And then also on the 23rd, your process flow assignment is going to be due. And so there's instructions for all of this. And let me go to the module and kind of show you where that is, even though most of you have probably already seen it. Here in Module 1, under Materials and Resources, you see a video about covering your bases, and that is going to be tied into the project flow assignment. So you'll want to watch that video. The rest of these go with the chapters and chapter quizzes, so those will help you prepare for those quizzes, to understand the content there. And here's all of your quizzes and the due dates. I've got a couple of due dates to correct, but I'll do that as soon as I finish the video. So your process flow instructions, there is a video overview here to help you understand kind of what we're thinking about and what we're working on. And you may want to think some about the CYB model that's presented in the other video as you're working through this. I think it will be useful. And well, it is useful because the situation is your job, as you see right here, your job is to think through the impact that information systems are going to have on the CYB model, internal, external people, and internal, external, and processes. So you're going to need to think through all of that, so that other video needs to be watched with this as well. So you want to kind of get a head start thinking about this, even if you don't complete it over the weekend. You've got some time. My general rule on length, people always ask how long. I abide by the Goldilocks rule. If you don't know what Goldilocks is, I think this is a link. You can look at it and read the story about Goldilocks and the 3 bears. But basically, don't give a page count, because for some people they can say it in 2 pages, and if you can say it in 2, that's great. It's less for me to read, quicker to grade. Some people take 10 pages, and if you need 10 pages and you're not repeating yourself and creating fluff, that's fine too. Write it in 10 pages. But the Goldilocks rule is just make it just right. How long does it need to be? It needs to be long enough to say what you need to say and not a sentence longer. I don't want fluff, but I also don't want to give a standard that makes people cut things out that they really feel is important to be there. Most of the time people complete this in less than 5 pages. You do have a diagram that you've got to draw, so you're going to have some pictures, but it's up to you. I also don't have a format, because if your boss asked you to do something for them, they wouldn't say, I want this in with block formatting in Arial font size 12 with 1-inch margins. Now, some bosses might. but most are not. Make it look professional. That's my format requirements. Give me something that looks good, that looks professional. So make it look nice enough to give to not just your boss, but your boss's boss. So it looks good enough that it would even make your boss look good. And then the file type, update, save it as a PDF and update it here. I think I call it Brightspace here. This system's gone through. It's been called Desire to Learn. It's been called D2L. It's been called GoView, and I think it was at one time, or may still be called Brightspace. I may refer to it as CourseDen. Just kind of keep in mind all of those are talking about this classroom system that we're working in here online. So that's the workflow project that's coming up. Now that's going to be something you'll work on next week. So let me go back to the syllabus and look at the calendar again. So it's a little bit tricky because when you look at the due dates, it's not due till the 23rd, so you think, oh, well, that's a long ways off. I've got plenty of time to work on it. But really the assignment is intended to be completed during the week before that. So it's in week 2, starts on the 16th, which is the holiday, is when you've got 2 quizzes to be working on and a process flow assignment to be working on as well. So that's just a little overview of your first kind of finalizing week 1, introducing week 2. If you have any questions, send me an email or post it in the discussion board here on the course, and I will see if I can help you out. Hope you all have a really nice weekend and enjoy your long holiday weekend.